Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. That's an old song. I have decided to follow Jesus. Ephesians chapter 4. I have decided. Let's see, play that song out there. To follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Nice and low. Therefore he says, nice and low. Therefore he says, when he ascended on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. Now this, he ascended. What does that mean? But that he also first descended into the lower parts of the earth. He who ascended, who descended, is also the one who ascended far above the heavens, that he might fill all things. Would you lift your hands all over the place and just tell God, I refuse. Oh, I can't hear nobody. Say, I refuse to stay where I am. Let's try that again. Say, I refuse to stay where I am. Come on, do it one more time. I refuse to stay where I am. Take your seats all over the room. Turn it up a little bit. What a moment you have brought me to, such a freedom I found in you. You're the healer. You make all things new. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not going back. Come on. I'm moving ahead. I'm here to declare to you that my past is over in you. All things are made new. Surrender my life. I'm moving forward. Oh, you have risen with all power in your hand. You have given me a second chance. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You may not know the verse, but you know this part. I'm not going back, moving ahead. I'm here to declare that my past is over. I can't hear you. In you, I'll surrender my life. I'm moving ahead, here to declare my past is over. All things are made new. Surrender my life. I'm moving forward. Everybody,
Today I cried more this morning than I've cried in a long time. And I cried because this one talked to me first, like it hasn't in a very, 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 very long time, because it made me face some of the things that I don't want to face. So today is not one of those messages where I expect you to talk back to me. Because it's very difficult to come face to face with the thing you don't want God to deal with. And it hurt me today. Because what I've been doing has been hurting the Father. He said, you've been asking me to enlarge your territory, but how would I enlarge your territory? And why would I enlarge your territory if you stay locked up in prison? Why would I give you more and you can't do nothing with it? JJ, come here. Hey, man. I love you. You know that? Come here. Stand right here. Ja, come here. I know Ja will come. Face all lit up. Sean, move this over to the side just for a quick second. Hey, Ja. How are you? You okay? Good, okay. Jay, come here. Sit right there. These are your boys, right? You love them? One of them has to go to hell. Choose. One of them goes to heaven. Choose which one. Somebody's life has to be sacrificed. As a matter of fact, right now, what I'm doing is I'm putting them under arrest. And Jay, you have to make a decision. It's either their lives or yours. But one of them has to go to hell. So you gotta make a choice right now. You know. You can't make a choice. I told you it's either their life or yours. You give up your life. Are you sure? So you'll take their place. Okay, y'all go sit down. Come here, Jay. Because that's what I was doing to them. I had a hold on them that nobody could take out of my grasp. I had a hold on them, and one of them had to go to hell. And I made the Father decide which one would. And the Father said, no, neither one of them, I'll step in.
Yes, yes.
Come on. Y'all missing me. Y'all it's going over your head. Because what you don't understand is that the Father took your place.
Yes.
Come on. When somebody had to pay the penalty. Somebody had to die. Arthenia, the one you love, stepped in for the ones you love.
Come on. Come on.
I'm already preaching, y'all missing me. Here it is, the one that you're in love with, that you're married to, stepped in for the ones you love so that they wouldn't have to deal with what only he could actually handle.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
And you're wondering when I'm going to let Jay go. Not realizing that Jay now, because he took the place of somebody who couldn't get out of my grasp, he's stronger than they were. Y'all not talking back to me. And Jay can actually make a decision when to leave my grasp. Whenever he wants to, he can walk out of this hold I have on him. Whenever Jay wants to, he can just go sit down at any point. At any point, Jay. Wait. Watch what Jay just did. What you don't realize is that the father now put what held his children in bondage into bondage. Yo, listen to me. What you don't realize is that every single time you get free from the sin that you did yesterday, it's because the father took your place and put into bondage what had you in the bondage. I wish I had time to work with this. Here, the father could have left at any moment. The father could have left at any moment, but the father stayed, even though I've given him permission to sit down. Don't listen to me. So the message, the title of the message today is, did Jesus deserve to go to hell? Did Jesus deserve to go through everything he went through and then go to hell on top of it?
All right.
Y'all not going to talk back to me.
All right.
I'm ready for it. Sneaker, I'm ready for it to be quiet in here because today I have to deal with the fact that you had an abortion.
All right.
And the fact that you had an abortion still messes with you today.
All right.
So every year around this time, or the time when you had the abortion, you start getting sad because you start counting the number of years that child would have been had they still been here. All right. That's not you. You didn't have an abortion. You had a forced abortion. You had a miscarriage. So now you sit in the seat of struggle because you lost your only girl or you lost your only boy, and now you feel like God has forsaken you because you lost what you thought you had. Here's where it's going to get real thick. Your mama didn't do what she should have done as a mama. Or she left too soon. And now you feel like you have lost out on that piece of you and you struggle with it. Your father never told you that you were pretty. Your father never told you as a man that he was proud of you. So now you sit there looking for the admiration of people and doing everything you can, looking for somebody to say, I'm proud of you. That person that was your biggest cheerleader, God took them home too early. And now you're mad at God because God, why did you take them? God confronted me this morning. He confronted me because he said, you're still mad at somebody who is not even here. How are you mad with your father because he's gone? And I'm mad that he didn't get a chance to see Jacob. I'm mad because he didn't get a chance to see Destiny and Sierra and Israel. And I'm sitting there fussing with God. God, why you take him? Why you You take the one that was my cheerleader. There's some folk that keep fighting me over nothing. You could have them. God began to mess with me. He said, how is it that you want me to enlarge your territory, but you're still bound to the fact that you thought I made a mistake?
Amen.
Why you take my grandmama, God? Why you take Brother Gary, God? Why you take Uncle Dennis? Why you take Michelle, God? Why you take them? I knew Michelle would be right here and she'd be the happiest person in the room. Why you take her? It's so early. God, why? Then I had to confront the fact that there are some that are still here that I don't even want to be here no more. God, why you let my mama live like this? I can't deal with this, God. I'm on edge. God began to talk to me. He said, would you be offended if a man paralyzed from the neck down and sitting in his wheelchair didn't get up to greet you? I said, God, how would I be offended by that? He said, well, why is it that you are offended by those who are in hell and don't have me to release them? And so now they're dealing with you from a place of hell that they never got released from. You're blaming your mama, but your mama was in hell. And nobody told her that Jesus could set her free. You blame your daddy, but your daddy was in hell. As a matter of fact, the only reason he acted the way he acted was because he was in hell. Why he couldn't talk to you? No way except cussing you out. Because I don't know how to deal with the hell I'm in. Is there anybody in here I'm talking to? How dare you get offended when I call you and talk to you from hell? The biggest thing you have to ask yourself is, how many of us will sit back and allow people to stay in hell if we won't give them the responsibility of the answer? Because you keep responding to their pain, but you won't respond to their need. You keep responding to their pain, but you refuse to see that they need Jesus just like you do. It hurt me today. Because the Father said, I can't release you until you get out. Jimmy, God told me, he said a lot of what we're going through is a result of hurt you never released.
All right.
Yes.
And so now you sit in a place of bondage because you're sitting there talking about God. Why won't they say I'm sorry?
Yes.
When will my daddy come back and hug me?
Yes.
When will my mama come back and say I'm sorry? My uncle knew what he did to me. When is he going to say I'm sorry? My cousins know what they did to me. And I'm jacked up now because they did it. My struggle is because I'm inside of a bondage I was never created to be in. I go visit somebody in jail. Get this, mama. I go visit them, but they're only limited in the interaction that they can give me from jail. So you're wondering why your mom did the way she did, and your uncle did the way they did, and your father only talked to you on certain occasions. And when they did talk to you, they talked to you the way they talked to you because they've been institutionalized by the hell that they've been in for so long.
Come on.
Y'all not talking back to me. Some of you all have been institutionalized. So everybody you encounter from the hell you're in. You refuse to see them for who they are. You can only see them through bars. Come on. How many of us are looking at other people through bars? I wish I had time to work this like I'm feeling. You've been looking at people through bars and you're wondering, why are they over there and I'm over here? I got just as much skill as they do. I can do what they do better than they can do it. Why are they prospering and I'm still stuck? Y'all not talking back to me.
All right.
And God said the reason that you're stuck is because you're still bound. Bible says that he who ascended also descended. What's funny about this, Shanika, is he descended for the past. He ascended for the present. And he's coming back for the future.
Yes, yes, yes.
Say, he descended to release everybody who was in the bosom of Abraham. Y'all talk back to me. This text talks about how they were separated from God and how God went into hell, preached a revival, and everybody that wanted to go with him came out of the bosom of Abraham. And those who could not get to the presence of God in the fullness of God, watch this, were able to walk into where God was going. I come to prepare a place that where I am, you can be with me also. I ain't tell you about it if I didn't prepare it. Watch this. In other words, God is saying, you are settling for hell when I've already prepared heaven.
All right.
Come on. How many of us in this room right now have been in hell for years? Oh, you ain't got to say it back. I'll say it for you. Most of y'all right now, you're making decisions off of the things somebody hurt you with.
All right.
I ain't going back to that no more. I don't even watch that show. I remember every single time that show came on, if we weren't quiet enough, my daddy would beat my tail because that was his favorite show. And so if we made any type of noise while the show was on, we would get a beating. Y'all not talking back to me. Y'all looking at me like this don't happen every single day of the year. There's somebody right now who is going through something where you feel like you are stuck. You've been making decisions off of your bondage. Pastor, I can't help it. 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 I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I've been like this for so long, I don't even know how to change, Pastor. I've been like this for so long, Pastor, I don't even know what else to do. I don't know what's the next step. I don't know. And y'all keep talking about me being free and freedom. I don't know. I don't even know what freedom means, Pastor. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Tiffany, I don't know what it means to not have to live in the shadow of my mama. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it feels like to not have to worry about you. And you and you and you and nobody worries about me. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. chose me so that you can be free. No, Jesus didn't deserve to go to hell. He made the choice to go. Y'all missed it. 3 of y'all should have been turning over chairs because you realize what God delivered you from. God didn't make it. He didn't deserve to go. Jesus didn't deserve. He chose to go. Y'all missed it. Y'all still listening. Yes, Holy Ghost. Okay. I got a bill in the mail the other day. It was my light bill. I live at the house. I turn the lights on every single day. I use the lights. Here's the problem. Even though it was my bill, my name wasn't on it. The name that was on the bill was whose name the power was in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And even though I had the choice to use it, I didn't have to pay for it. Come on. Come on now. I can't make it no plainer than that. You sitting there trying to figure out whether it's all intricate and how I get around it, and Pastor, what is the 3-step process to me explaining my freedom? I ain't got that. And if I had it, I wouldn't give you one. Delight yourself in him.
Yes.
Y'all not talking back to me.
Yes.
I don't care about you getting the stuff of God if you don't get the character of God.
All right.
Who am I talking to? And some of you all have been in so much pain for so long. And all you're doing is you're seeing flesh manifestations
Yes.
of a spiritual struggle that you won't admit to. You're seeing manifestations in the natural of what's going on behind spiritual doors.
Amen.
Conventional wisdom says to go in the room and lay hands on everybody and make you speak in tongues. That's not what God told me. Come here, son. Hurry up. That's not what the Father told me. That's not what God said. God said to love you out of your pain. And to tell you that as a father, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you stayed even when he left. And you don't have to do the things you do not to be him. You can be you, and that's more than enough. That no matter where you are, all of the bad decisions you've made, it doesn't matter. That you're not your father and you're not going to be him. So you don't have to try to live him down. You can just be you. I can stand in as a father to you, I would say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the man that you are and the man you're becoming. I'm proud of you. That this is not the end, but this is just the beginning. I'm proud of you, son. Come here, Jay. I'm sorry, this is how God told me to do it. He told me to tell you that this is not the end. You don't have to live down your past, son, but you can live in your freedom now. You can live in your now, son. It doesn't have to be that way.